Hi everyone. Today we're gonna be doing an updated makeup routine slash get to know me slash just answering you guys' questions. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me a few questions, whether it was a get to know me question, a personal question, advice to give to you guys. So I'm gonna be answering those questions while I do my makeup. I'm not getting ready for anything specific. I'm just kind of getting ready for the day. I like getting ready even when I have nothing to do that day because I just like feeling good about myself, and getting ready is one of the ways that I do that. I always start off with my eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I kind of just gel them up with Got2b hair glue because it's the only thing that will make my eyebrows stay, because my eyebrows are very stubborn. I don't know why or who I got them from, but they're just very stubborn, and this is like the only thing that will work for them. I changed the angle a little bit just so that you guys can see me while I do my makeup, because I'm very blind and I have to be like super close to the mirror, and the other angle just was not working out. Like I kept getting out of frame, so hopefully this works better for you guys. I've been in like my YouTube era, like I've really been wanting to get back into YouTube videos. I have a couple ideas of YouTube videos that I want to film for you guys, so I'm gonna be in my YouTube era for a while. But if you guys also want to follow me on other social media, I will have them linked down below. As you guys can see, my eyebrows are very dark, but to fill them in just a little bit, I use this NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint pencil in the shade Espresso, and all I do is hair-like strokes in the sparser areas, which is usually like at the tail of my eyebrow, and that's kind of all I do for my eyebrows because they're very dark. I really don't need much. Also, can we just ignore this massive forehead on my forehead? I hate forehead acne. Like I could deal with my cheek acne because I've dealt with it my whole life, but forehead acne is like where I draw the line. I hate it so much. And then also like nose acne, I also hate. But just the fact that it's there, I just want to pop it, but I know better and I won't. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm gonna start answering questions just to get this video started and like, you know, answer your guys' questions. But first, I just wanted to tell you guys that my makeup routine will be all linked down below. Just because I'll probably forget to say what I'm doing, I will have all the products linked down below. But anyway, let's get started with answering your guys' questions. I got two questions that kind of have like the same answer, so I'm gonna answer them both. But the questions are, how do you feel about getting a lot of followers on social media? And when starting out on social media as an influencer, what was the hardest thing ever? So honestly, the hardest thing about social media for me was the men, because I started social media when I was very young. I think I started social media when I was like 15, or at least I started gaining attention on social media when I was like 15. You know, when you're that young and doing social media, it's just kind of really scary, especially being sexualized that young. And the comments that I would get specifically from men were just like all about my body and like my appearance, and it just kind of made me very self-conscious. I definitely think that the scariest part about becoming an influencer are those kind of comments. They just make you very anxious and very insecure about yourself. But now that I'm older and I want to say a little bit more mature, I do know how to deal with those comments now. But I'm not gonna lie, they did have a really big part in like my self-esteem growing up. But other than that, having social media followers, I feel like it's pretty cool because it just feels like you guys are my best friends. Like I literally talk to you guys so much. I love DMing with you guys, and I love helping you guys out with any questions that you guys might have. And honestly, the connection that I have with you guys outweighs the bad that comes with the social media. I think I've mentioned it before where I said that I have literally restarted, I think, almost all of my social media accounts. Like I said before, it did give me really bad anxiety and self-esteem issues. So I did restart my TikTok account, like I think I want to say 3 times, and the one that I have right now is my 3rd one, and it is full of girls. There's barely any guys that comment on it or like my videos. It literally just feels like a safe space for me. Someone asked me what I want to accomplish by the end of the year, and I actually have an answer for this. I used to be like so afraid to think about my future, but last year I actually made a goal for myself for social media specifically to hit 100K on TikTok. And guys, let me just tell you that it's been crazy the way that my account has been growing on TikTok. And it's honestly all thanks to you guys. I cannot be more grateful for you guys. Like, I love you guys so much. You guys are truly like the best people ever. I never thought that my social media would be something that I would be able to take seriously and potentially have it like as my job. You know, I started off social media like as a little kid in middle school, and I would literally like get picked on for it for making my silly little YouTube videos. So the fact that people actually enjoy watching me and follow me and talk to me and just interact with me, it's just so crazy to me. Like, it makes me so emotional, and I'm so grateful for that. So to answer your question, I really want to hit 100k on TikTok by the end of the year, and I truly believe that you guys are gonna make it happen. I don't know how or why you guys like the videos that I make, because I've always been so self-conscious about that. Like, I feel like I'm such a boring person to watch, but you guys somehow like watching me, and I love you guys for that. Someone asked me what made me want to start a jewelry business. I didn't think of it. It was my sister. If you guys didn't know, I own a small business with my sister and we sell jewelry. This was completely her idea. It was not mine whatsoever. She just one day came up to us, and by us I mean me and my other sisters, and asked if we wanted to start a business. My other sisters didn't go through with it, but I did. If you guys want to support us, I'll have it linked down below, and it's where all of my jewelry is from. If you guys ever have any questions about where my jewelry is from, it's most likely from my small business. But with that being said, I do love owning the business with her. It's super fun. I feel like it kind of brings us closer together. It's something that we bond over, and I don't know, it's just really fun having your own business. What are some ways to romanticize life? I love your content and your aesthetic. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching me. I love you back. I feel like the best way to romanticize your life is just to be super grateful about everything. Having gratitude for the most basic and simple things, you'll start to realize how beautiful life truly is. I know realistically, like, it's really hard to look at life, especially when you're going through something hard, to look at life and be like, wow, life is beautiful. If you just take a step back and appreciate life for what it is, and you'll literally fall in love with living. Even if it's something as simple as listening to music or going out with your friends or even going out for a walk, if you start to appreciate it and being grateful for it, you'll grow to love it. Someone asked me if I'm in a college, and guys, me and college have just a very toxic relationship with each other. So let me give you guys a little timeline of me and my college life while my setting spray dries. So basically in high school, I knew that I did not want to go to college, but I just felt this pressure to go because, one, I have Latino parents, and if you're first generation Latino, then you know that you kind of have this pressure to kind of go to college because you want to have a better life than your parents, or at least that's something that you always hear growing up. So I just felt this pressure that I had to go, even if it was something that I didn't want to do. And then also because all of my friends were going, so I just felt like I just had to go. And I ended up committing to a local Cal State because it was just like the easiest option for me. I go there on my first day and I was like, no, I don't want to do this, like, at all. I can't do this. So I go home, I'm like crying to my mom. I'm like, I don't want to go to school here. She tells my dad naturally, and they were like, fine, but you still have to go to school. So we ended up going to a local community college and met up with a counselor, and he was just kind of comforting me. That community college is like a good way to start, especially if you're feeling lost or don't know what to do. So I started going there for like a semester, ended up hating it. So I ended up quitting. After that semester, I did not go anymore for like a year, and I didn't tell my mom until the next semester, and I didn't even tell her voluntarily. She ended up finding out because my school sent like a paper talking about sign up for semester classes since you haven't been in like a year. And I was like, oh my gosh, they really put me on blast right there. Like, my mom didn't know, no one in my family knew that I was not going to school. I kind of just played it off that I was online because it was when COVID hit. So my mom ended up finding out like that, and she wasn't really mad. She was kind of more like, why didn't you tell me, you know, like we could have talked about it. But I was just kind of scared to be seen as a disappointment, especially because all of my siblings went to school. But she was so understanding and comforting. She also told me that she wouldn't tell my dad, which she's so real for that, because my dad is very, very big on school. I ended up talking to him. I told him that I didn't want to go to school. He got very mad, honestly, very close-minded, which is fine. I expected that of him. Then he kind of came around. He told me that he'll give me like one more semester and then I'll have to go back to school. And now that's what I'm doing. I came back to school this semester. I still don't like it. Still don't think it's what's right for me at the time, at least. I feel like I'm just not there yet. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not something that I want to do, but I'm kind of just doing it for my parents. So yeah, that's the story about me in school. That was very personal. Let's move on. Ooh, I like this question. It says, how do you start to have a healthy relationship with yourself? Let me tell you, I used to not like myself at all. I was such a sad person that it kind of affected the way that I was around my friends and my family. I honestly give them props for like sticking around with me, because I was just not a good person to be around with. I was so negative. I was so mad at the world for some reason, and that reason was because I did not like myself. The only way I got out of that mindset was by letting go of things that were holding me back and giving me that mindset. For me, that was a very, very toxic relationship that I was in. If there's anyone in your life holding you back or making you feel bad about yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be around that person and let that go. Once you get rid of whatever or whoever you had to that was holding you back, that's when you start being your own friend. And I say being your own friend because I treat my friends with respect and with love and with kindness and with compassion, and that's what we need to do with ourselves. And that's kind of what I did, you know, like once I got out of that relationship, I started being in a relationship with myself. I became like my own little best friend. I took myself out on dates. I treated myself to a lot of things that made me happy. I gave all the love that I gave to that person to myself. I was just really nice to myself after that because I knew that that's what I needed. So instead of asking that person to love me the way that I wanted them to, I started loving myself that way. And then after that, it just comes naturally. You just start loving yourself more. You start learning your own worth. That's pretty much it. You just kind of have to become your own friend and give yourself the love that you want to receive from others. Okay, besties, this is gonna be the last question that I answer. It is just any advice on starting a platform like you? And just like Nike says, just do it. Obviously, that's a lot easier said than done. I know that posting on social media could be very intimidating, maybe even like embarrassing for some people, but if you don't do it, then you're just holding yourself back from something that you might really enjoy. I could sincerely say that doing social media is the most fun ever. It's just so fun and cute, and you make friends with people that you never thought you would be friends with. You really should not hold yourself back from doing something that you want to do just because you're scared or you're nervous about what people are gonna say. Because regardless of what you do in life, I feel like someone is always going to be judging you, and why does it really matter? At the end of the day, it's your life, and if you think that starting social media is something that will bring you happiness, then why not do it, you know? I don't know, I feel like if you really want to do something, you should just do it. But yeah, I say you should start it. Don't be scared. I'll support you. Okay, besties, that is it for today's video. I know that some of these answers were really personal, but you guys are my friends, so it's okay. All the products that I used in this video will be linked down below. My Instagram and my TikTok will also be linked if you guys want to be besties on there too. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Love you!